Okay, everybody. So this week, Steam Monsters wanted us to go over the Thorns ability with you. Let me just start off by showing you probably the most popular card in the game with Thorns. This is a card that has gone up in value very dramatically because when you have Thorns and Magic Reflect and you take half damage on both those kind of attacks, it makes you a pretty good tank. Um, It's kind of funny because I think a lot of people thought this card would always be around, easy to get given it's a rewards card, but it's not anymore. Some of the other good cards that have thorns. Let's see here. This guy right here can be a pain. The high speed with dodge and with thorns and with half damage makes him a really good tank versus melee. He's also in a melee mayhem or super sneak, really good in the last position to take a lot of hits, dodge some hits, and then when he does get hit, do damage back. He also has really strong attack. If you can get him to that last level, you get that extra HP, which really could lead to him taking a whole nother attack to take down, so I'm working on that. I did want to share a battle with you with one of the other classes that has a strong character to use. That is a rewards card. You have flying and thorns and reach here, which is kind of an interesting tactic, but it lets you do something that I'm going to show you, and that's double stack thorns in the front. This is very effective against teams that you think might be using reach characters or just lots of melee characters. And I'll show you my setup here that I did in this last battle. I saw the upcoming battle, thought they might be using life, looked at their setup, so I went to this setup. Him followed up by him for the double thorns. I went for a different tactic to deal with sneak with healing in the last position. And then I had thorns with healing behind it. That is a really powerful combo to use. If they're dying on your monster and then you're healing that monster so they have to continually hit it and die against it, then you're just setting yourself up for success. So this is a real classic combo here. Thorns up front, healers behind, and kind of high HP monsters behind the healer so that nobody can really take this out super easy other than a sniper. I got lucky and didn't run into a sniper here, but going against white, they don't have the best snipers. They have more front end damage, and I saw that this player was probably going to be using life. So I just went ahead and took that risk and left it in a spot where a sniper could have done some damage. And we'll go ahead and set up the battle here. Right away, they had a really, really good mana advantage using a 2 to a 4 on the summoners. This could sometimes get you into trouble, but in this case, it ended up being okay for me. This battle might look like I'm going to be in trouble, but you're going to see that because they just do not have the damage to get through this character without taking so much damage from it and with no magic reflect to bounce back and take out my healer, that they're never going to get through this. You're going to see it, and you're going to watch Thorns just pretty much take apart all of these three monsters right here. I'm going to speed it up a little bit, but not too much. Thorns is also really good, and you'll see this against monsters with self-heal. This is because when they attack and they heal, they'll go ahead and take that 2 damage after the attack. Or from monsters with armor, because it'll remove the armor from them, setting it up so that when it's your turn to actually attack with one of your other monsters, you're not hitting that armor. So they can delete their armor on their own sometimes. There's the classic, yeah, he killed himself. Here again. Oh, well, there goes your armor. So now we're going to be set up to kill that monster with an attack as soon as one of my other attackers can attack. And in the end, for a matchup that looked like it was pretty fair, the Thorns up front with a healer behind. They didn't even reach the second character with healing. It was quite an easy win for me on even level matchup cards. And that's how powerful Thorns can be when it works properly, especially when you combine it with, like in that case, the half damage and the magic reflect. That really is the strongest Thorns card in the game right there that you just saw in action. So I think that's just something to remember. And that's why, if you're playing this game and you haven't quite done it yet, getting this guy right here to at least level 3 is a pretty good investment. Because with that one extra life, it's a pretty good card, but at level 3, it's a very competitive card, and you only need 5. So it's not nearly the money sink that you're talking about there to pick up 5 of these. You can even get a level 3 here, 45 bucks, and you'd be having one of the more competitive tanks to get you through gold. And it's because he carries Thorns is one of the major reasons, but having that with Shield and with Void makes it just an overpowered combo with the Magic Reflect too. But most of you probably know that, so I hope you all enjoyed the battle, and I will talk to you later.